Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Talladega weekend for Trucks, Xfinity, and the Cup Series. But before we get into that, let's first talk about next week's schedule race, which will be at the Charlotte Roval for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. So the Xfinity Series first, will be on October 12th, Saturday. 10 a.m. Eastern Time will be practice, and 11 a.m. will be qualifying as well for the Xfinity Series. Both of them will be on USA and streaming on NBC Sports. Now, 4 p.m. Eastern Time will then be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Drive for the Cure 250 presented by Breast Cancer BCBS. I think it's like Breast Cancer something. That'll be on the CW network, PRN, and Sirius XM. And then for the Cup Series at 12:30 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturday will be practice qualifying for the Cup Series. Both of them will be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, PRN, and Sirius XM. Then on Sunday, October 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time will then be the Cup Series race for the running of the Bank of America Roval 400. They'll be on NBC, streaming on NBC Sports, PRN, and Sirius XM. Let's have a look now at the Truck Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Talladega is Talladega native, or I should say Alabama native, Grant Enfinger, followed by Taylor Gray, Daniel Dye, Roger Cruz, Lawless Allen, Christian Eckers, Ryan Reed, Stephen Parsons, Brent Holmes, and Spencer Boyd ran out the top 10. Then we have Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Stuart Friesen, Ty Ankrum, and Clay Greenfield ran out the top 15. Two drivers failed to qualify, that being Timmy Hill, which is maybe the most surprising one, and Keith McGee, who still ran in this race, all in all, thanks to FDNY Racing. So, that was a classic last lap wreck. Basically, coming down to the front stretch, Tyler Ankrum looks like got a bit loose, got a bit squirmy. I can't remember who he hooked into the outside wall. It might have been Ryan Reed, I believe. And then Christian Eck as well got hooked as well, and it was just calamity. Basically, Lawless Allen was into it. Stephen Parsons, Brent Holmes as well. Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, pretty sure who was also part of it. Stuart Friesen. Quite a lot of drivers were a part of this little last lap wreck coming down to the finish line. I mean, Ryan Reed especially took a hard hit, and considering that his truck was also on fire, was not a good look. But yeah, luckily he was okay. He was a bit wounded up, and I think he was also struggling to breathe because the fire got into the cockpit, or I should say the smoke got into the cockpit. So he was struggling to breathe a bit. But luckily he was all good, which is a great sign there. But yeah, Grant Enfinger, he's now in the Championship 4. Who saw that coming? I was not expecting Grant Enfinger to be in the Championship 4 in a CR7 Motorsports truck, which, to be fair, CR7, they are very, very good, thanks to some backing from McNally Hillgren Racing and some veterans as well in the team. It's great to see a once underdog team of CR7 now punching their weight up against teams like Tricon, McNally, Hillgren Racing. I mean, Spire, you can maybe even say as well. Thorsport, Nice. These big truck teams that have been always up in the front, now CR7 is now joining them, which is amazing to see from this young teams, which is a great sign. So happy for Grant Enfinger and the entirety of CR7 Motorsports of winning in this race, and Grant Enfinger now has another chance of potentially being a champion. Hopefully, it won't end in controversy like last year. I'm praying that doesn't happen like last year. I'm praying to God right now. But let's now look at the other fixtures outside of the top 15. And the only playoff driver is Nick Sanchez. My God, did he had a horrendous day. Collided with Connor Zilish, and I think he had to go back down pit road because of, I think, a spoiler or a splitter adjustment he had to make. So, yeah, it was a very nightmare weekend for Nick Sanchez. William Sawalich, a pole sitter, finishes out in 27th. Yikes. There's Keith McGee, like I mentioned before, driving for FDNY Racing. He finishes out in 26th. Lane Riggs, who was on fire last round, starts off this round into a wreck, which includes like Jake Garcia, Tanner Gray, Matt Mills, a Stage 1 winner, Dean Thompson, Connor Zilish, Johnny Sauter out because of the damaged vehicle policy. Ben Rhodes continues his horrendous year. Finished down at 35th, and then in last place is Bailey Curry thanks to a rear gear problem. And two drivers failed to qualify, like I mentioned before. that being Timmy Hill and Keith McGee, even though Keith McGee, or basically started this race for FDNY Racing. Let's have a look now at the Truck Series standings. So this is what the standings now looks like after Talladega. Grant Finger is now locked himself into the championship 4. Corey Heim is plus 30, Christian Eckers plus 29. I think if both those drivers have a good run at Homestead, then they should be okay. And Ty Majeski is plus 5, so I guess Ty Majeski should be a bit hot right now. But outside the bubble, which includes Roger Cruz minus 5, Taylor Gray minus 13, Nick Sanchez minus 20, and Ty Ingram minus 23. Let's have a look now at the Xfinity Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Talladega is Sammy Smith, followed by Ryan Sieg, Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, Chandler Smith, Jesse Love, Jed Burton, David Starr. Shout out to him getting a top 10. Brendan Poole and Kyle Sieg ran out the top 10. Then AJ Allmendinger, Parker Klickman, Tommy Joe Martins, Leland Huddyman, and Ryan Ellis ran out the top 15. I can't remember actually who. I think 2 drivers failed to qualify, but I'll double check at the very end. There was, the normal big wrecks that, you'll get in Talladega. But there was a multi-car wreck that involved some playoff drivers, mainly Shane Van Gisbergen and Austin Hill. Happened on the front stretch. It looks like Van Gisbergen just got loose, got tagged in the back, trying to get back up to the track, and basically got clobbered. So it wasn't really Van Gisbergen's fault. He was just basically almost got dumped, saved it, and then try and get back onto the track, but couldn't get back on right, and that also clicked to Austin Hill as well, which sucked for both those 2 drivers, especially for Van Gisbergen, as we have a look to in the standings, as it's not looking good for him. There was another one as well with Sam Mayer. He was disqualified from this race. Pretty sure the ride height of the rear was different, I'm pretty sure, so that's why he got disqualified there. But Sammy Smith, I mean, who saw that coming? Sammy Smith winning in the Xfinity Series this year, because he's been nowhere during the regular season. So with him to get a surprise win, in my opinion, in Talladega, it's definitely up there. So it's good that Sammy Smith, moves on to the round of 8. But at the same time, does he really deserve to be in the round of 8, considering he's done nothing in his regular season? I'm not too sure. But let's now look down at the other finishers outside of the top 15. Eric Almirola, who's in the playoffs of the Owners' Championships, he finishes down in 19th. Justin Allgaier and Cole Custer also had horrendous days, down 25th and 26th. Austin Hill down in 23rd. Shane Van Gisbergen 35th after his incident. Josh Williams, his teammate, was also part of it, including Taylor Gray and Jordan Anderson as well. So a couple drivers was involved in that wreck. And down in last place is Sam Mayer, who was disqualified due to ride height, and I just checked as well, no one failed to qualify. Let's have a look now at the Xfinity Series standings. So now here's what the Xfinity Series playoff standings now looks like after Talladega. Sammy Smith now plus 8. That's what I mean plus 8. I mean he's now locked into the round of 8. Followed by Chandler Smith plus 64, who's basically locked in. Cole Custer plus 37, which is the same as Austin Hill. Sheldon Creed plus 32. Jesse Love plus 22. Riley Herbst plus 20, and AJ Allmendinger plus 7. And below the bubble includes Justin Allgaier minus 7, Shane Van Gisbergen minus 10, Sam Mayer minus 13, and Parker Klickman minus 16. Let's now look at the Cup Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series at Talladega is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., followed by Brad Keselowski, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Eric Jones, Christopher Bell, Justin Haley, Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace, and Denny Hamlin ran out the top 10. And Mark Truex Jr., Cody Ware, Ty Gibbs, Carson Hocevar, and Shane Van Gisbergen ran out the top 15. Yeah, who thought that this year in 2024 we're going to witness the biggest wreck in NASCAR history? 28 cars was involved in that wreck, and there are 40 cars that entered this event. That is almost half the field that was part of this wreck. I mean, that's an accomplishment, I'll be honest. What happened, I think on the backstretch, Austin Cindric got loose, and that's basically how it triggered. It triggered a massive one. Not the big one, not even the huge one, the massive one. So yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher, I'll be honest. For those drivers that was involved in that huge wreck. But yeah, 28 cars in that one wreck alone. That's definitely impressive. And we also witnessed some 4-wide racing It was a reminiscent on the 2012 Talladega race, where at the very end, Tony Stewart flipped on the entire field. Luckily, that did not happen. It looked like the safety mechanism that they added, like a little shark fin or something, on the side, actually kind of worked. No one, there were a couple airborne cars, but luckily luckily all the cars did not flip, so that's at least a good sign. Good sign for NASCAR for safety as well. So it's going good so far on the safety side. But yeah, I'd be interested to see. I think that they might maybe use that for the rest of the super speedway races, just so there won't be any more flips in the super speedways, because we've already had like 3, and which is a bit of a worry, we'll say, for NASCAR as a whole, and include as well that 2311's and Front Row Motorsports, they filed a lawsuit against NASCAR. Quite a lot of things for NASCAR to be sweating about, especially that lawsuit, which could definitely change everything by how NASCAR works and stuff. But let's now have a look now at the other finishers outside of top 15. Well, there's quite a few playoff drivers, huh? Alex Bowman down in 16th, Tyler Reddick down in 20th. Daniel Suarez, who I'm pretty sure spun out on his own or something, down in 26th. Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, down in 29th, 30th respectively. Austin Cindric and Joe Logano, they were all part of that huge wreck, including with Harrison Burton, Ryan Preece, Josh Berry, Michael McDowell, Daniel Hemrick, and the 2 other drivers, which include Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain. Blaney, the final playoff driver, down in 39th after getting a hard hit into the outside wall. Let's now have a look at the Cup Series standings. So this is what the standings now looks like after Talladega. William Byron is technically locked in via points because he's plus 74, so he's fine coming into the round of 8. Chris Roval plus 57, Kyle Larson plus 52, Denny Hamlin plus 30, Alex Bowman plus 26, Ryan Blaney plus 25, Tyler Reddick plus 14, Chase Elliott plus 13, and outside of the top 8 includes Joe Logano minus 13, Daniel Suarez minus 20, Austin Cindric minus 29, and Chase Briscoe minus 32. So just a reminder, the next 2 schedule race, which will be at the Charlotte Roval for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. Now, like and guys, to like, comment, subscribe, would really help me, especially on this channel. Let me know what you think of the new safety mechanism that NASCAR has added for the Cup Series, and where you think this lawsuit might go as well. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoy the catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.